Times now is back to the rhymes. It's like, wow, he's back to rhymes. I'm in the booth straight dropping dimes. Clark Kent, Daily Planet, Metropolis Times. I write these raps while I'm under the gun. I see you back. Back to get you some. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. Pure, raw, uncut rap. Back to the rhymes. Now is the time. Time to unwind because back to the rhymes. Back to the rhymes. Now is the time. Time to unwind because it's back to the rhymes. Okay. And I'm back at it, 2:43 a.m., just like I planned. Not surprised. I can explain why that would be fairly shortly. Let's see. At least I'm upstairs. That's good, but I don't know. So let's look at the list. See what we're doing. List is here. One, School Us album sales. I want to thank my man Tom. When did I even talk to him? He asked for the sale or made a suggestion of the sale to a carrier who apparently doesn't even know who I am, but that's all right, my man. Thank you. We're gonna hopefully meet him someday. Maybe I'll be working with him someday. We'll see. So there was an attempt. I'm in kind of a new spot here. Work my area out. So there's nothing much to report on that right now. Number 2, country music, country song. How's the country? What's going on? Had a couple conversations with Chris of Lake Stevens, the dog walker. What's that name of the company? I cannot remember. But so she wanted me to she wants me to get inspired by George Strait and maybe an Old Dominion CD, and there's others, but she's going to let me hear some. I heard on the way to Spokane, my wife really does not like country music, so it was very hard to even slip that in. I got through that, but I couldn't get the Old Dominion in, so I don't know exactly what the goal is there as far as I think I know she wants me to make music. That's cool. I want to make music. I think she wants me to start playing a guitar. Oh, I don't know. Where does that fall? I mean, play guitar. Is that on the top 9? Learn a guitar? Oh, God. If anything, I'd probably try to work on the keyboard. I've got a little bit of experience there, and it's something about playing those strings. I mean, maybe a pick or something, but it just the keyboard doesn't feel as bad, you know. It just you got to toughen up your fingers till it feels good. Is that how it works? I don't know, but obviously, a guitar is a fabulous instrument, necessary, but man, and much more so than a keyboard, right? They don't always have, even though I must say, I guess I could, Christian music, worship music, every song in church, we use a keyboard. For every song, there's piano, but not for pop music very often. Some country songs seem like they go with it, but it's not a have to. So anyway, that's what she's hoping for, and as she wants. So anyway, that's kind of the update. There's not a lot I can do right now with that. I better talk about I guess that she mentioned it to me, hadn't heard, but now that I've checked, I've seen it with this Jason Aldean stuff. It's a waste of time as far as making something out of nothing. I mean, everyone who's got any kind of sense knows there's way more accountability in a small town than there is in a big city. That's just kind of obvious, and that's a international situation. That's not just the U.S. So, I mean, a lot of people don't want to be in breaking up in a small town because everyone knows everyone. Therefore, it's really hard. Same thing goes. I mean, so you're not going to just run into a small town and start causing havoc. It won't happen. But in a big city, there's just way too many moving parts. It's too big to control. So that's the opportunity, right? So that's the song. It's not about anything more than that, except for, of course, in America, in a small town, you are armed. That's not a given in any number of countries, right? So that would be a difference. But yeah, so I checked it out, and but I think it's helping his profile and sales, and so the song itself, it's all right. I like a lot of his songs. I definitely like a lot of songs. It's solid. That's a solid song, not a jam, but it's kind of it has a purpose, and there's no question about it. Okay, number 3, YouTube channel and all this social media stuff. So TikTok, I'm getting a couple more. Chris from Lake Stevens and my brother both were really dismayed or whatever that I got on TikTok. I thought it was a bad idea. I'm on TikTok, or that's very risky. Well, somehow I didn't have a strong conversation with anyone prior to getting on it, so I couldn't say, I didn't have a reason to not do it, a compelling, strong reason to not do it. And it's still not a super strong reason. I think it's a risk. Suppose lots of things are a risk. I haven't changed my mind about, we have no recourse if something happens with a foreign entity, an enemy of our country, basically taking our information. It's gone. You'll never get it back, right? My brother said that even if I were to get TikTok off this phone, it's in there. It's on my phone. Can't get it off. So I guess I need a new phone or something. I don't do much with that phone, like banking or anything. So I don't know if that's an issue. I really don't do any of that. I just, no. It's very surf the internet kind of stuff and check my fantasy baseball stuff, which is critical, and do just more searches, right? Not any financial things. So if that's a difference maker, hopefully that keeps me in a little better situation. I don't know. But it's doing the best. I think it did between 250 and 300 views. The YouTube short, what was it, 66, and the Instagram was like 16, really on hard times, Instagram. I need to check. I forgot. I was going to check Facebook. So my coworker yelled, "Hey, man, I watched your speech on Facebook. Good job." I didn't know it was a speech. I thought it was a rap, but if it's a speech, okay. Well, I'm glad you liked it. It's a speech. I'm giving speeches on Facebook now. So that's all good. I'm glad you liked it. So I need to check that. So I guess that doesn't count towards my Instagram views, but I'm pretty sure it's more than, I think a few people liked it. Again, with this TikTok, I think just when you're new, my daughter, she's not getting on me about how come you don't have your profile picture up there. I'm not saying anything. I'm not pushing for it. It's really minimal. I'm just posting that thing. So that's that. Nothing huge there. Just here all the time. It's like if I skip down one, nothing with rules of engagement. My man, Bellevue Baller Mentor, the cigarette of today's generation is social media. How interesting. No, I haven't had a problem with social media that way, but clearly that's a lot of people do. So, and then I could be part of the problem by providing content, but in this case, I guess you would say it's positive content. So it's not, if you get addicted to my content, I guess it should hopefully come around as a benefit, not a negative. I hope to be a blessing. Yes. And that's why this thing is so late, is because coming back from Spokane. So next year we'll be in Tacoma, I'm hearing, and that's a much better. So this time of year, next year on a Sunday night, I could be catching up with you more like 10 or earlier as compared to this time, because we'll be, instead of Spokane, we'll be in Tacoma. Thank you. That's it. I didn't see my man, the country artist, at the gathering. Didn't look all over for him, but I didn't see him. And they got some good. There's a Sunday morning service. There is one in particular good singer. I guess I could get to that later. But in what we do, you earn respect by performing. And I haven't been able to put that together yet. Like I said, my job, I think I'm within a month of probably reducing my hours. I think God, I've been able to bring up the income, but time going out, money coming in, time, money, right? So I hope that's pull back on that a little. It's just gonna be like I'm gonna be tweaking it. I'll be working on it, And once I'm in that position of a regular carrier, I will be. It's quarterly is how they want to do it. So this quarter I will be not getting overtime, and hopefully every quarter not getting overtime, supplementing income with insurance, and now signature gathering, which I don't know if I brought that up, but Let's Go Washington, it's going to pay me to get signatures. So, and others too. And if you want to get some signatures, 18 to 20 bucks an hour, 6 to 8 signatures an hour. Are you a Washington voter? Yes. Did you know about the gas tax? Boom. Get it. You're not saying whether you want the tax or not. You're not supporting. You're not for or against it. We just want to vote. Put the vote to the people. That's always with the petition. So I got my reps in years ago with the plastic bag ban in Issaquah. So now that's a labor of love, 100%. You're going to pay me to do that kind of stuff? If I could, I'd do that full time. I really would. Definitely. I love that stuff. I guess it could be a little tiring getting signatures hour after hour, but I don't know. I really like that advocacy, and obviously this is a ripoff, from my perspective, and there's others too. There's a list of things. So if it's 6 to 8 signatures, I think it's 6 to 8 signatures. Well, if I have one person to sign all 6 to 8 petitions, there we go. And I'm hoping to work that in with Bellevue Ballers. We're all about connecting with like-minded people. And you'll find them doing signature gathering, that's for sure. But I have to hit my objective too. So we'll see how I can manage everything. But it's tough. It's a lot of work right now. All right. Like I said, it's not forever. Let's go with the merch. Nothing new on that front. There's been discussion. How do we get it on the YouTube? Oh, by the way, I got to say I'm helping Noah, my friend, who helped me with my music video. He was all set to help me because Natalie wants me to do my YouTube channel, my album, but I still haven't shared the Tapping In the Roots of Our Faith. I mean, I'm way behind on that. I've given up on his annual goal. I just want to get to 100. I'm nowhere close. Well, I'm kind of halfway there, but I have zero down, just discretionary, full on, even an hour downtime. I'm not talking about like, I just want to relax and just where I feel like I'm caught up, caught my breath. All right. Not even work on a project. I don't have that. Not lately, not at all. My days off are pretty maxed, so man, there's a few people I said I'd share it with them, and I will, but golly. So, and the discussion with Natalie is that I'm not going to promote it. We're just going to post it. So Noah's ready to do that. He's in Thailand for 2 weeks. So said on Wednesday or Thursday, we're going to have that day off. Let's do it. So that's I got to go back up and say that's on the horizon, and it should happen. Keep an eye out if that's something you want to check out. Trump's going to dump. Nothing new. One other thing, and my coworker was saying something about something. And did I skip? I skipped. I'll come back. And I said, man, Back to the Rhymes. You know that song? All right. So I'll probably share it with them. And my other coworker heard me doing it. So maybe they'll get that, and they can get the Tapping In the Roots of Our Faith. Why not? Okay. Big news. This is actually huge news. All right. So related, and I'm going to put in 6. So my man, Alex from He works at Safeway. He's my friend. We worked together years back. Said, Jeff, God's calling me to give you some money to record. So he presented me with $700 as, I guess you'd say, seed money or recording money. And you know how I look at it, and I think he looks at it too. It's not my money. It's not his. It's God's money. And, you know, when you set aside money for God in a ministry, you don't worry about it so much. You know what I mean? It's gone. It's done. We're just gonna let, you know, we're just gonna give it, and that's a blessing to me and a responsibility to me. I'm thankful for it. At the same time, that amount of money is not enough to really do, because he's like, how many more tracks do you need to finish your album? Well, I said, I got one. I got Trump's Gonna Thump. I need 9, and I want to do 10 tracks. I'm working on songs with Alaron, who it's been hard to even have time with now. I would count those. I guess that'd be 4 more, so that's 5. You know, if I'm trying to record, we're of the same mindset, because with Alaron, it's just kind of a collaboration, and I'm just kind of letting him do what he wants, and I'm happy. There's some cool stuff. I'm hearing some cool stuff, but it's not my, you know, I'm not the brains of the outfit here, really. I'm just kind of going with it. I mean, I'm coming up with lyrics, but, you know, he's kind of showing, he's just coming with the music. From Alex's perspective, he's getting specific. He said, well, he listed off 4 song categories that he wanted. He wanted a baseball song, which I can do. I got a song for baseball. I played baseball. And I have a good song, I feel. Secondly is a song, you know, about Jesus. I got that. I got numerous songs like that. I think he said a funny song, like I got a kind of a funny song. What was the other one? Shoot. What was the other one? I don't know. I can't remember, actually. Sorry about that, but we'll get there. We'll get it. But yeah, like I said, if it cost me $300 plus to do the Trump's Gonna Thump, including the mastering that Dale did, that's 2 songs, I guess. If it's that price, you know, he's not the most, he's not the maybe the least. So Alex says he knows a couple people. It's all about how much. If it's Luke's price, I can do it. I can record what we need. I could do the whole thing for that amount, because for recording Luke, what he was charging me, not the mastering. And again, that's my question is the mastering. The mastering is, what is the mastering? How important is it? How good? What is it? You know, Dale did mastering before and after. I can't tell. I honestly have no idea. No way to know. So that's the kind of thing, is mastering, metronome, and you know, I'm still thinking on that all the time. It's like, man, I got to run a metronome. How am I going to do that? So that might be just for the, what do we call it? There's audio files, video files, and what's a music person, you know, music file, whatever. I just like the top, but it's still, I'm not going to lose anybody by doing this. This is stuff I think of. I'm not going to lose anybody by being more on time. But for Luke, it was fine. For Dale, apparently it was fine. I don't know. Johnny didn't tell me about the Trump's Gonna Thump. And I would almost want to sit down and listen to the song with them and say, tell me what you're talking about, you know. Especially because at my Reformation, to me, it's pretty easy to stay. I didn't think it was that hard for me to stay on time. So I'm like, what are you saying, you know? And then is it more personal? But this is stuff I think about, you know. I don't want to be off, but I don't want to, you know, I don't have a ton of time to be working on stuff like this. And if it's just kind of a gray area or subjective, I don't necessarily want to be going after that too much, but I'm willing to do it as time allows. But anyway, so with that amount, we're going to make, I would say, depends on who we can record with. If it's like a real high end, it's 1 song. That's what they're charging. I'm pretty sure. I had a couple conversations with a couple people. If it was like $60 an hour or something, whatever it was, I can't remember. Could have been more. It might have been more. I don't know, 100. I don't remember. It's such an amount. I just can't remember. So, but I'm just so thankful, and then we'll see what he wants to do. But what Alex said to me is, he said, "I can see you're able to reach people I can't reach, and that's God. I'm just speaking. And I have a life experience, and I kind of amazed by it too. But some of the guys like Alron and Aaron, who I've come into contact with, I guess that kind of, I don't know, somehow Alex he sees that, So that's cool. I definitely am for that. We want to reach people, that's the whole point. So, so let's just see what happens. Gosh, I can't remember the fourth category. I don't know. But yeah, he recognizes simple, catchy, commercial friendly things like that. So we'll see. We'll see what we can do. What I can do with the help of God and all the people who come and can become a part of it. Yes, and so yes, you will be glorified. No, nothing else to say there except I heard a good singer today, and I guess I'll hear her next year, and maybe some, hopefully in the not too distant future, get to know her better. Get back to the rhymes. Hopefully I did okay. It's funny, now I get 3 shots, and I thought what I can do now is the least viewed social media platform gets the first shot. Number 2 gets the second, and number 3, the most viewed gets my final shot. So that's why I went Instagram, YouTube Shorts, TikTok. So we'll see how it does. I thought it was pretty good. It wasn't bad. I didn't do very good on my YouTube version, but maybe it was kind of like more of a speech, more thoughtful. All right. So here's the song. We are taught how to create wealth. We are taught how to create wealth, just not for self. Oh, darn. We're more likely to learn how to envy the wealth we've created for others, envy the lives they live, envy the trips they take, feeling not the power to have our own stake. Why might we feel this way? Give us 12 years and a formal education, and how do you expect to feel, to think, to go about your day today? Why delay prosperity? I do have it. So unnecessary. If you know the rules and you got the tools, you'll get to make your own rules and not kowtow to fools. Empowerment supersedes envy. Enlightenment negates the greedy. Needy are we in a country so free your mind. Use your sight at your disposal. Don't be willfully blind. Don't be blind, baby. Make that money. Let your ears hear. Shed not a tear. Now, I only said that once. I better at least do it twice so someone can figure out it might be a hook. Don't be blind, baby. Make that money. Let your ears hear. Shed not a tear. No time wasted. Time is of the essence. We'll never get it back. That for me is the lesson. Lessen the scarcity. Increase the what? Abundance is the natural opposite of scarcity. I can hardly think of another word, and I heard someone talk about this recently, and they used the term abundance. Lessen the scarcity, increase, I could say the affluence. Just to throw it off a little, let me see what that definition is. I like the word. And the word I was thinking about is erroneous. That's a good one. Affluence. Yeah, because it's almost like whining. You expect abundance, but here comes the word affluence. Maybe I can look up both definitions and see how they go. Okay. affluence. The plentiful supply of material goods, wealth, riches. Abundance. Plentiful supply, abundance. So it is a synonym. So I will use it. I think I know how to spell it, and I do. Influence, affluence. Let's see what the doesn't really. I'm not seeing the. Well, there's affluent, right? Okay. Affluent, rich, wealthy, affluent society, copious, abundance, abundant, flowing freely, a stream or river that flows into another or other body of water or tributary. Middle English, abundant, Old French, Latin, affluens, preposition part of affluer, to abound in, add to, fluor, to flow, affluer. So to flow is kind of the Latin. That's kind of smooth when you're a rapper. So, and if I can learn this stuff, fluor. And in French, yeah, flow. Okay. Tributary. That's kind of interesting and cool. Lessen the scarcity, increase the affluence. See, I almost make some of these rhymes just for my little back to the rhymes, my rhyme of the week. Why try to stop me? Because I'm about to do this. About to do this. See, that's a nice, tight, easy. Because my rhyme of the week was this one before, no time wasted, times of the essence, we'll never get it back. That for me is a lesson. So now my rhyme of the week this next week could be right there. Lessen the scarcity, increase the affluence. Why try to stop me? Because I'm about to do this. And I could go like that. People might like that. It's a little more interesting. Of course, Alex talks to me about, man, you gotta not look so on edge or scared or whatever. I don't know about that. It's just new territory, especially if I practiced a lot, I can assure you I'll could be way more animated than any of these songs. All right, so continuing on, no time wasted, time is of the essence, we'll never get it back. That for me is a lesson. Lessen the scarcity, increase the affluence. Why try to stop me? Because I'm about to do this. Talking, one of the buzzwords is crushing the goals, right? Crushing them. Goals getting crushed. The new goal rush. Man, am I still on point with this? What am I even talking about? Yeah, I don't know. I think it's real philosophical in how we're taught, but now I'm just kind of like, let's just get on with reversing the curse that's put on us, right? Goals getting crushed, the new goal rush. Let me try this. You get the thrust. So this, I'm going to probably have to stop. I'm going to start to look that up because it's probably not the original definition. You get the thrust. Yeah, I'll look it up next week. I assume I won't know what it means exactly. So won't you join me next week on Back to the Rhymes next time?